let's call the meeting together at 3:50. That's 14:53, is that right?
Close enough.
That's close enough, okay. Let us, okay, so we'll start with the minutes. Are there any corrections in the minutes? Any concerns?
Can I ask if everybody saw today's revised minute before you take that vote?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
I think we did. Okay.
It kind of scared me for a minute about the date. I thought I missed it.
Okay, so I need a motion.
I move that we approve the minutes as submitted.
I second that motion.
Could I add for December 9th, 2020? And all in favor?
Aye.
And it's passed. Good, thank you. So the next item is, well, let's see here. Do we have any public people on today? What was that? Are any public?
There's an echo with someone who is not muted.
Not muted.
Does somebody wish to speak? Yes, not. Okay, well, we'll just jump right on by that.
There's an echo with something called post here.
Give me 1 second to shut the other mic off.
Oh,
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Just as an aside,
I'm sorry?
Madam Chairman, I received something on the package called the annual election statistics.
We haven't gotten there yet.
I find very interesting. Is that going to be covered in today's meeting? I
Yes.
didn't see it on the agenda.
Well, it's part of
The financial report?
it's part of the financial report. I think that's what I assume.
Yes,
Okay, thank you.
and I'll touch on it briefly.
Yeah.
Great, thank you. Because
Sure.
it's new to me and I'd like to learn.
Okay, yeah.
John is back,
I am back.
and we're now not having any echo, so that's a good thing.
Thank
So
you.
we're going to proceed with the financial report, please, Patty.
Okay, yes. We have January warrants, the total $21,987.85. The total for payroll is $24,516.33. That includes chief's salary of $5,278.50 and Chief Shield's pay of $3,175.83. There was one event for each of the commissioners and the secretary. And the total payout for the volunteers, including the warrants, is $16,189. And the December year-end financial statements, those will be available at the February meeting. My numbers balanced year-end pretty close, but I'm just waiting for Whatcom County to close out their fiscal year before I can actually get the year-end December reports.
Oh,
and
good.
And I'll disperse those to you for next month's meeting. So today, I'm looking for a motion to request the warrants and payroll for January as presented, please.
Before we do that, are there any questions about the warrants? Everyone is okay?
Actually, Madam Chairman, I am a bit curious about one item, if I can find that quickly.
Okay.
the warrants contain a $13,820.05 item that constitutes purchases on the U.S. bank card. I was wondering what kinds of things were purchased. That's really the bulk of the warrants here that are going to be approved today. So I just was curious about that.
Yes, on the lower part of my financial report, the lower right-hand corner, there's a box that notates warrants that are items over $1,000. And that lists the U.S. Bancorp, the credit card, and any items on there that were over $1,000. One of them was the Puget Sound Energy bill, and then Life Assist and Laerdal Medical, which were, I believe, EMS supplies. And then there was some fire academy, John, is that right? Alabama Fire College, I believe, 2 tuitions.
Yes, I don't actually have that, I didn't save myself a copy of it, so I can.
No, I beg your pardon. It seems to me that those are fairly ordinary and kind of expected expenses, so I really have no questions about it. I was just wondering the sorts of things that are typically charged to that card. Thank you.
Sure.
I can't see the word. Price in county in, what is that?
That was the abbreviation that it came across on the visa statement when I got that from Chief. I'm assuming that means Priceline, country in perhaps.
Okay.
And without asking Chief directly, I hate to assume, but I'm assuming that might be linked to the fire college tuition, is what I would assume.
Yeah, okay.
Give me 1 second just to see if I can find something for you. You can keep going and I'll come back to you.
Oh, okay. All right. We're good. We can go ahead and approve these if there are no other questions. And
I move to approve the fire district warrants totaling $21,987.85 for payment.
I second that motion.
okay, those are passed. So do you want to go ahead and work on your the rest of your report?
We still have the
Payroll.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jumping. Go ahead.
Well, I guess I can do that too then.
Sure, why not?
I move that the fire district payroll of $24,516.33 be accepted for payment.
I second that motion.
Okay, now it's passed. Thank you. Sorry. You have anything for us, John?
No, but I'll find out what it is and I'll let you know as soon as we're done.
Okay, all right. So Patty, why don't you
Okay.
go ahead?
Yeah. And then budget remaining, as of year ending December 31st, 2020, we had 14.49% left in the budget, compared to 10.31 the year prior.
Okay. Any questions about that? We saved money.
It seems
Yes.
quite a bit.
Yes.
I'm wondering why we have as much remaining as we do, particularly since we had to pay for an audit and so on.
Right, and so when I get the final year-end numbers from the county, and I will create those a financial report, and it'll show exactly the amount that was left over in each line item by dollar and percentages. And then next month, I'll present that to the board. You'll have that to look at, and also the residual money that we'll be able to transfer and invest towards capital.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, if we know that the audit did not cost as much as we had budgeted for.
Correct.
So some of that is reflected here. Is that not correct?
That is correct. So basically, we came in under budget, and I believe the budget was slightly higher in 2021, or pardon me, in 2020 than 2019. So I will present a comparison of those 2 years, so you'll be able to streamline. It's easier when you can look at each line item division and compare it. So yeah,
that'll work.
okay. And then also, addressing Commissioner Newman's question, is attached with your financial report. You also received an annual collection statistics report. And that is actually from Systems Design. They are our billing company. And so they bill out for our EMS transports. And this is just an overall view annually that I like to provide the board. That way you can see January through December 2020, about how many calls. Looks like 29 calls were invoiced for 29 transports. And then it shows the charges, payments received, and disallowed amount usually has to do with insurance or disallowable charges. And then uncollected and pending amounts. So just let you know where we are as far as EMS collections for the year, since that's not anticipated when we budget for revenue.
Right.
Thank you.
Any further question, Greg?
No, now that I know this is for EMS, charges and expenses, that makes it much easier for me to understand and interpret the chart here. It also strikes me as extraordinary, the number of tickets for January 2020.
That was a really busy month.
It sure was, wasn't it? Holy cow.
Which most likely, the January, what was billed in January may have been for December 2019. And then it rolls a month forward from there. Yeah.
Okay, so the price line Country Inn is for Chief Carlton's hotel reservations while he's at the Alabama Fire College.
Oh,
Okay, it is with that. Okay, great. Thank you, John.
That's very standard why he's there for the 2 weeks.
yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Back to this annual collection statistics. The disallowed is interesting because it really goes along with pretty much what Medicare does.
Yeah,
So
it's a fair
this is-
amount.
Yeah, well, but it's pretty standard.
Sure.
It's half.
They don't come to Washington. I think they probably don't.
My goodness, he's talking to us. Sorry. So I think we know that we're not going to get what we bill for, and that's true whether it's the clinic or what.
This sort of call.
I have a stubborn television. Sorry. Are there any other questions about this? Okay, moving along. You do? No, okay. Correspondence, Chief?
No correspondence at this time.
You're muted.
I'm unmuted. You hear me
No.
now?
No, Linda's muted, she's talking.
Oh.
Oh, you're not talking to
I'm
us?
good, thank you.
My goodness, we're having
Yeah,
fun.
no correspondence right now.
Okay. How about the chief's report, please?
Okay, chief's report. So points of interest. We're working with the clinic to try and obtain the COVID vaccine for Point Roberts. But right now there's a statewide issue on how they're distributing it and who they're distributing it to and through. So that's one of the issues that Chief Carlton's working with the health department right now on. Nothing to report on any of the apparatus with the exception of Utility 5802, which is no longer in service after its small little incident on Benson Road. We're dealing with the insurance company on that right now, so Chief Carlton is following up with Tony Kelly and the underwriter on what we're going to do with that. The roster, 42 members, 24 Canadian, 10 Point Roberts, 8 county, which 5 of those are paramedics, 8 are EMTs, 5 of those 8 are advanced EMTs. We have 3 ambassadors, 34 firefighters. 1 second. He is not available right now. Can I take a message and have him play? He's on hand, so maybe someone. Okay. 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 Sure. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, and then the comment. Thank you. Bye-bye. Sorry. Where was I? So total volunteer hours for December were 2,605. If everybody was getting paid, volunteer payroll would be 19,549. Chief Carlton had 160 hours. I had 135 hours for a total of 295 chief hours. We had a total of 40 calls in December, 10 EMS calls. 1 went to St. Joe's, 8 no transports, 1 went with Medic 45. We did 18 cares, 1 agency assist with law enforcement, and 7 public service. We had 4 fire classifications, and they were all down power lines. And that's the end of my report.
Wow.
A lot of activity.
I would say so. Any questions?
Yeah, I was looking through the packaging, and normally you would see how many transports we have and all that kind of stuff. I guess that was included in our copies.
Yeah, I just got the chief's report from Chief Carlton about 20 minutes ago, so I didn't have time to bring it over to you guys.
Okay.
Some of them, I think some of them, I might have got an email out accidentally to some of you, and some of you, I didn't have your email address in my contacts. But if you'd like one, Chief or Commissioner Harper, I can drop one off for you.
Well, when you bring it by to sign,
Yep, I will bring it by when I come to get the signatures.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions from the report? Okay. Unfinished business?
I have a question.
Okay.
Okay, there's been some discussions about the enclosure for that smaller tower that's up at the station. And I would highly recommend we use cyclone fencing and not a wooden fence. And it's more secure and the maintenance is pretty low on those. Just a thought.
John, can you comment on that?
I'm on tower.
Well, Ray talked about
Yeah.
Ray,
You
okay.
might know what the tips are. And before we go on to that, can you say what type of fencing you were recommending, not wood?
cyclone fencing.
Thank Thanks.
Yes, that is the type of fencing that I have been pricing, and I had intended to use for the 7-foot fence around the perimeter of the enclosure. When this, in a preliminary way, went before PRCAC, there was a question raised about alternative types of fencing, but I don't think that there's going to be any objection to that. This is a commercial type of installation in a commercial area on county property without any close by residential units, so I really don't think that there'd be much of a basis to object to that.
Well, I think that PSE has a cyclone fence
Yes.
next to our property anyway.
So that's that's another strong argument. You know, it was okay for them, why not for us? So yes, I don't think that that's going to be an issue, Pat.
Okay, and also putting in those slats, you know, the plastic slats that weave down to give it more privacy, but still can see through it, kind of. Would be a good idea.
Well, yeah, and if you don't mind, Pat, I'd be glad to offline talk to you about this further and see what suggestions you have. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Good, good. That's it. That's of a lot of interest. Thank you. Anything else? If not, I would entertain a motion for adjournment.
I second that motion.
We will be adjourned at 16:19. And thank you all for coming. And thank you, Patty, as usual, for all your work.
Thank you.
And Linda for all of your good work. And we had several communications with you this time, so thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Linda, for making changes. I appreciate it.
I look forward to any comments or feedback on any of the minutes, and thank you, Commissioner Harper, for straightening me out on the date of the agenda. I'm very grateful that y'all are keeping me in line and employed.
Nice to meet you all. Take excellent care of yourself.
You so rarely make a mistake. You don't, it doesn't really. Okay. Thank you all.
Okay,
Thank you. See you next month.
I'll see the 3 commissioners in a few minutes here to sign the warrants, and I'll drop off a call sheet for you, Commissioner Harper.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you, John.
Yep.
Thanks, Chief.
Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a good rest of the month.
Yes.
Yes, you too.
Hopefully we'll have COVID vaccines up here soon.
Hopefully, we're working on that slowly.
Hi, Virginia.
Who's that?
That's Mr. Scott.
Oh, hi. All right, behave.
Bye.
Never.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right.